we can't let this happen. They've taken away the respect. You have to let them do their job. They'll do it well. You can't have, remember in Minneapolis, where the mayor ordered the police to leave the premises, right? Seattle, leave the premises. And then they took over the police department. You have that, you're not gonna have a country. But this is the radical left. This is the radical left. Joe Biden will appease the rioters, looters, and anarchists, and I'm having them arrested instead, okay, if you don't mind. And remember, it's all in Democrat cities and states, all in Democrats. If you're a moderate Democrat or a liberal who knows that your party has gone totally off the rails, we are welcoming you with open arms to the Republican Party. Biden's agenda would also be a catastrophe for Nevada seniors. Seniors, any seniors here? For years, Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare. You know that, right? Remember they used to say, oh, I'm going to cut, well, what happened? I never cut it. Remember they said, I'm going to be in wars. You know, that's my personality, they think. It's not really. It is if we have to. I'll be better than anybody else. But, you know, you say, whatever happened to North Korea? Remember we're supposed to be in a war with Obama or Hillary or whoever it was. You would have been in a war. Obama expected to be in a war. And it would have been a bad war. Now Biden is pledging mass amnesty and free health care for illegal aliens, decimating Medicare and destroying your Social Security. While I am president, no one will touch your Medicare or your Social Security, including me. No one. Under my leadership, we are delivering a safe vaccine and very rapid recovery, and we're all set to deliver it. We have the military ready to deliver it. It's going to be incredible. We have a general, that's what he does. He delivers soldiers and delivers everything. This is easy for them. It'll be delivered very, very rapidly. Joe Biden would terminate our recovery, delay the vaccine, and annihilate Nevada's economy with a draconian, unscientific lockdown. Because, you know, they're finding out these lockdowns aren't working. Look at Europe. They're having this massive surge. They've been locked down. Okay, look at these lockdowns. They've been locked down, and now they're having a surge. Look at Michigan. Michigan had a surge. Well, who's been tougher than her? She ran it like a prison. She was like a warden, right? And they have a surge. And then they say she's doing a wonderful job. I think she's doing a terrible job. By the way, I know all of the governors. You know, we basically deal with the governors. The governors run their states. We give them the equipment. We help them out. We got them all of the ventilators. We did an incredible job with that. Jared Kushner did a great job. We had so many. No, he did an incredible job. No, but he got these guys from Silicon Valley. Nobody understood. Ventilators, right? No, but, you know, for that, they're good. I have to tell you, they came in. Everybody said, these things are complicated. They walked in like, that's got to be the simplest piece of equipment we've ever seen. And we now have become the ventilator. I mean, we're making thousands and thousands a month, and we're actually giving them, we don't need any. But we didn't have ventilators. We weren't equipped for a thing like this. Our cupboards were empty. The governors were. And I got to know all the governors. Some did a great job, and some did a poor job. But when we had our weekly calls with the governors, they would say, even the biggest enemies, the biggest haters, sir, thank you very much, or to our great vice president who headed up the task force, Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Oh, did he do well in his debate with her? That was unfair. If that were a fight, they would have stopped it, right? They should have stopped it. I said they should have stopped that debate in the middle. That's a great expression, right? Boxing, you know, you learn UFC. If that were a fight, they would have stopped it. But Mike was great, and he's done great, and he did great with this whole thing. But the governors would say on conference calls, all 50, usually almost all of them were on, because they all wanted everything. You know, their cupboards were empty. That was their fault, I guess, you know, but let's say it was their fault. But we had to help them, and we did. We built hospitals for some of them. We built everything. We did a great job. But they would say, thank you very much, great job, great job, great job, every one of them. And if they weren't happy, we'd make them happy during the call, because we had the generals, the admirals, we had great people, and we took care of them. And they'd say, great job, thank you very much. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you very much, great job. We're sending a lot of gowns to Michigan, goggles to Michigan, lots of things to all the different states. But she'd say, great job, thank you very much. And we have it all down. You know, it's all down. Because I think all those calls, I hope they were taped. Hey, could you imagine if we didn't have my call with the president of Ukraine, if we didn't have that transcribed? Then it would have been this crazy maniac named Adam Schiff with his phony story that he told to the United States. But we had it transcribed. Isn't that a wonderful thing? So I think we have it transcribed or taped. But all the governors, every one of them, thank you very much, great job, great job, great job. Then they go outside and they see the press. You know, they get nervous with the press. These guys, they make them nervous. We're not very happy with the job the president's doing. I said, he's no good people. But you know what? Someday I'll tell you the story. We had some great ones, and we had some people that didn't know what the hell they're doing. But I'll let you know at the right time who they were. Under the Biden lockdown, the lights of Reno and Las Vegas were extinguished. Carson City will become a ghost town. If he comes in, Carson City will become a ghost town. And the Christmas season will be canceled. Look, remember I said we're going to bring back Christmas, right? The name? Remember? We brought it back, right? Remember? I used to go around saying we will bring, because I saw these big department stores, you know, they thought it was politically correct. So they say, have a great season. I said, no, I don't want to have a great season. I want to say Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas. Huh? Now they're all saying Merry Christmas again. So I just want to introduce a couple of warriors that are here. We're joined tonight by Congressman Mark Amodei. Come up, Mark. What a job you're doing, Mark. He's a warrior. Thank you, Mark. What a great job. What a great job. How are we doing? Okay, we're doing all right here, right? Huh? Thank you very much. You're doing good. Thank you, Mark, very much. We're also a man who's a fighter. But if he loses, I will never talk to him again. And he's the Nevada Republican Party chairman, respected by everybody, loved by everybody, Michael McDonald. Michael. You look good, Michael. You look good, Michael. And congressional candidate, somebody that's going to win, and we're working with him very strong, Jim Marchant. Jim, thank you. I hear you're doing good. I heard you leading in the poll. Jim, get it done. We'll help you. A friend of mine and a man who's doing really well, and he's watching those, he's a very smart guy and respected by everybody. He's watching those ballots come in. I think he's watching every one of them. Attorney General, your former Attorney General, respected. They love him, and I love him. Adam Laxalt. So, Adam, are you and Nick finding any bad things? Anything bad happening? Can you please watch very closely, Adam? For the people, not for me. You know, you're not doing this for me, you're doing it for the people, okay? He's got the most important assignment there is. Because a lot of bad things, they're finding those things in creeks, they're finding them in riverbeds, they're finding them in ash cans and dumpsters. And large numbers in Ohio, 50,000 were missing. In Virginia, 500,000 applications were made that were false. And in one place, everything was good except for one problem. They forgot to put my name on it. Other than that, it was great. Other than that, it was great. Other than that, they were very reasonable, but my name wasn't on it. And then somehow that didn't work out too well, Michael. A lot of them, too. And then they found some military ones, great, great military ones. And they were found in a waste paper basket. And they all had the name Trump on it. They were all signed for Trump. They were Trump. They were voted for Trump. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get there because they were in a waste paper basket. Anyway, and the Republican National Committeeman from Nevada, Jim DeGraffeney. Jim. Thank you, Jim. Great job. Great job, Jim. How's it going? Good? We're doing all right over here, Jim? Good. You're a handsome man, Jim. As president, I've been delivering for our incredible Hispanic American community like never before. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I like you too. Thank you. You know, it's interesting. The polls are showing Trump. They're saying, what the hell is going on with Trump and the Hispanic American community, right? No. We're at the highest level that they've ever had recorded for a Republican. It's got to be higher, but it's literally, we're beating the Democrats who have been all talk and no action, all talk. I like Hispanics. I like Hispanics. I like Hispanics Americans. I'm taking care because I'm fighting for school choice, right? Safe neighborhoods and Hispanic-owned small businesses. You have no idea how great business people, Hispanic Americans are great business people. I've known that for a long time. Sometimes they say they're too good. They are tough sometimes, but they're great business people, and we've helped them. Joe Biden would crush everything Hispanic Americans have worked for, wiping out your small businesses with lockdowns and regulations and devastating your families with massive tax hikes. Your tax hikes, by the way, I never heard all my life, if you're running for office, you cut taxes, right? Who the hell ever heard of a guy running? Here's a guy, can't put two sentences together, and he wants to quadruple your taxes, and they say, he's tied in Nevada. How the hell can we be tied? How can I be tied with him in Pennsylvania, and he doesn't want to frack? That's 1 million jobs, and it's going to destroy our energy business because we're energy independent. They're tied. I mean, what's going on? It doesn't. And okay, so he goes out, gets no people at any of the rallies. I go out, we get 35, 40,000, 25,000, 15,000. Boom. We go, boom, 15,000. We get the biggest crowds in the history of politics. I mean, I'm not saying, look, everything I say, they'll correct if, I mean, they'll say, who cares? I don't even care what they say at this point. But we get these massive crowds. He gets nobody. And then they say, we're tied. What the hell kind of a business are you in, Michael? It doesn't make sense. How do you guys do this? He'll wage war on Catholic organizations like the Little Sisters of the Poor, which we defend, ban charter schools, bankrupt Catholic schools. We help the Catholic Church very much with our schools. We help fund their schools. Fund extreme late-term abortion and empower the socialists. That's what they're doing. That's why we're going to win a record share of the Hispanic vote this November. So, please, right? I got our vote. Thank you, darling. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history, and we are finishing the wall. The wall is going to be very close to being finished. Their new deal is this. Well, I got to tell you real fast. So their new deal is this. He didn't build much wall. You ever see this? They said I renovate. You got a pipe that's been laying in the sand for 30 years, a little pipe, and they call that and then we're building this 30-foot wall. And I thought it would be all concrete, and I wish it was because it's cheaper. But the Border Patrol wanted it to be slats. They have to be able to see through it, which makes sense. I said, it's more expensive. So there's two things. Now they say, he didn't build a concrete wall. That's right. I built steel, and inside the steel is concrete, and inside the concrete is very powerful rebar, and inside that we have wires. I would have much rather built a concrete plank wall. But you know what? I built what they wanted. I don't want to, because they wouldn't be able to see through it. So if they can't see through it, no good. So here's their new deal. They got pipe laying down. They got some wooden fence that's like 2 feet. Anything that there's any, if they ever had anything there, they call it a renovation. So now they say they did this vicious story that we only built a small number of miles. We're up to almost 400 miles. But we had to rip out. We ripped out almost nothing, but basically they had some areas like where they keep people from walking. They had some little wooden stuff that was all rotted and no good, and anything that had anything on it. So they call it a renovation. This is not. We ripped everything out. We went down 7 feet for tunneling, and we went up 30 feet. And they say, this is a renovation. They'll do anything, the fake news, to demean you. Anything. It's a disgrace. Anyway, we're up to almost 400. Where is Jared? Is he here, by the way? I'd love to introduce you. He did such a great job on Middle East peace. You see what we're doing there? Middle East peace? Where is he? Jared. He doesn't want any acclaim. He's just a very